Hello, 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 and welcome to another One Lion of Code. I am One Lion, and on this stream we write code one lion at a time. Anyway, hi. Hope you're having a fantastic start of your week for those of you where today is the start of your week. You already needed to take a drink of water for that one. Hi Deflux, hi Dukasoft. Dukasoft came in with a dad joke before the stream even started. Dad washes his car with his son, but after a while the son says, "Why can't you just use a sponge?" And then Dukasoft said, "Fun fact, the son's name is Bob." And then I said, "Other fun fact, his brother's name is a sponge." Okay, it's a day for really bad dad jokes. Yes. Today we are kind of looking out of a window, and this window is located somewhere in Brest, Belarus. In Belarus. Neato. Oh my gosh, I can't click on stuff. Okay, anyway, let's get right to it. Wait, why couldn't I hear it? Am I that quiet? Speaking of, how is my mic? Good. My mic should be good. I did disconnect it because I used it for some fun over the weekend. The long weekend. Did some karaoke. I mean, karaoke. Yeah. Well, actually, no, not for me. The weekend went great. So the bot is currently not on at the moment, by the way. Let me get it started because we are doing some stuff with the bot, and it is still. Ooh, there's the hands in here. I did decide that this is still at minimum adjacent to the work that we're doing in the Finan Man redesign. So one of the things that I would like to pick up as part of UI skills is doing more complex animations. So not just CSS transitions kinds of things, but actual animations. And so essentially the way that I am going to improve my skills at that is by challenging myself to make a stream game, a redeem, where you will be able to use the stuff that shows up on screen, and then you'll be able to shoot an arrow and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Desktop is not showing. So display screen. Try again. I didn't even disconnect my displays this time and it didn't show up. All right, so here is the bot. And connecting to my channel. This is my channel. Go. But yeah, the weekend went pretty decently paced for me. It was nice, relaxing time. Got to enjoy a bunch of time with my amazing, wonderful wife. And yeah, it was great. Nice and laid back. Much, much better, Dukesoft. I can even tell that the delay is much reduced. Feel it. Okay. So the thing that we're gonna do, don't tell secrets in cornfields. Too many ears around. That one is a little flat, especially when the aliens come by. Anyway, these are terrible. What am I doing? Where are these even coming from? What did we do last time? So on Friday, I was poking through this, playing around with it, trying to make sure that we can see the subscription. It's terrible. Yeah, it is. Do you have any more? I love it. Yes, deflex. So anyway, I wanted to make sure that when we got a redeem, that the chat client, or that the bot would be able to understand that redeem. And that redeem is a on message received. Here it is. On message received. No, on redemption received. On channel points reward redeemed is what I said. We're getting it here. Wait a minute. I know we wrote this. Huh? Wait, we already wrote this. On Monday, return Friday. Yes. That's a great one. Let's run with it. On channel? Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is there a difference? Redeem this. This is channel points redeem events, which is this statement here. We didn't send alert. I got a new one. Oh, I'm gonna add it now real quick. Let's use this. I need to go to sound alerts. I told you guys that this is one of my favorite commercial campaigns, and it's the adulting thing. Kids becoming like their parents from Progressive. It's hilarious. Anyway, library, create a new sound. I put it, should be in my quick access. Yep, sure is. Okay, I'll put you there. This is what it sounds like. How do I play? How do I preview? It's funny and sure it can be listed, why not? Oh, unlist. Upload. Next step, go to my uploads, choose the sound. Channel points. This will be like 10. So expensive. I need to quit making these so expensive. You guys you're running out of points. It's terrible. It's the worst thing in the world. Okay, so it should show up, I hope. It hasn't shown up yet. Channel points. It should have shown up.
We don't need to print the
Yeah.
internet.
See? Showed up. This is for all of you who really think that when you go and get an email, you have to print it out. Or a quote, for example. Print to PDF. No need to use paper. Anyway, so this works. We got send message, reward redeemed, redemption. This is what I don't think is working. So the next thing that should have been logged is debug. And hello, Napalm. Right line. Sending message to clients. Oh. I really could, if I wanted. Are you gonna hot reload for me? Oh yeah, every single time that I hot reload, so I need to reconnect the chat client. Why aren't you remembering my... Wait, I didn't need to reconnect. It's showing is connected. Okay, fine. Whatever. Whatever. Give me redemption. Where did it start? Wait, you're missing one of the right lines. Wait, what? Pub sub log happened first. Unless this is the... No, this is the lemmings. What? Okay, this happens first. That confuses me. So the first thing that happened was we got a pub sub log, type message topic channel points, message reward redeemed. Then after that, we got channel points redeemed event. Hello, Thindle. Once again at home and yet again alive. Slept like 15 hours last night. I hope it was restorative at least, not just sleep. Okay, so my guess... No, I don't even have a guess. What is the difference between these? JSON grid. Gonna make an array. This is the first object. Thank you so much for the raid, Keen Dev. Hello and welcome in, raiders. Today we're having a little bit of fun. I am still working on the stream project for the most part. And I take it Deflux was the one who recommended you to raid this away. You guys shouldn't have ads because I have pre-rolls turned off from the initial adverts. Yeah, it's what he does. It's what he prides himself on. Thindle says, well, I'd been cheating with my evening meds to not get hungover during the event. No worries, not something you need to build up a level of. So I've been hungover all freaking day now after taking it last night. Got it. So you're still groggy, still feeling it. Big Gamey's here. Hello, Big Gamey. Hi. Hello. But yeah, what's been going on, Keen Dev? It is going well here. Just to tell you what our stream is about, in case you have any viewers that don't know, we typically work on an app called the Financial Management Tracker. The reason is because I wanted to continue doing Blazor dev work live and in an official capacity, as if we were doing this as a for real project. And so this Financial Management Tracker application is our full stack Blazor app for showing everything from the project's conception to the planning to the development, and now we're in a redesign phase. And this redesign phase is for making the UI better. The user interface and user experience. I really wanted to initially start with a great UI design. Unfortunately, I just kind of settled for this is close enough to what I want. Let's get to coding, because I love writing code more than I love doing UI and UX. So we finished the majority of the application's functionality. It's on GitHub, just like Dukasoft posted for us. It's open source. You can take a look at the code. So what we're doing, yeah. Thanks, Tindall. So what we're doing now that the code for the most part is complete is we're redesigning the user interface and the whole user experience in general. We started that off by doing Figma or FigJam board. And that FigJam board, we use the generative, whatever this is called. I don't know what this is called, but this prompt to generate some lanes for us so that we can come up with the ideas on how to improve the existing application. And so we did that. Thank you so much for the follow, KeenDev. We did that. And so now there is one other piece that's missing for me. And it's really just a selfish thing that I want to improve on. Like, all of this is selfish. It's just me wanting to improve on my own skills. So here I'm trying to improve on my UI UX skills. The other thing that I would like to improve on is my animation skills. And by animation, I mean I want to use Blazor in a way that we can have interactive animated content, kind of like a game. And the way that I'm going to learn part of that is by adding a redeem to our bot that we're going to make the page a browser source for OBS, and it'll do whatever the game is. And so our idea for the game, I keep lapsing this. Our idea for the game is an archery type of game. So this is the stream layout. This is the main content. This is an AI generated image. This is chat. This is me-ish. Kind of looks a little sad. Anyway, and then what'll happen is if you redeem it, if you redeem the thing with channel points, then an avatar or some kind of representation of you will show up here, and then the target, your target, will spawn somewhere between here and here. And your goal is within 3 shots, hit the target. You'll get points added up for however many times you hit the target and how close to the center of the target you hit. And you'll provide the angle and the magnitude. Oops, I always do that. Move, get off. The angle and the magnitude, and then you'll hit enter. So for now, it'll just be through chat. You'll hit enter, and then it'll launch the arrow, and hopefully you hit the target. The next iteration of it will be where we figure out how to draw this on the screen for you. Stop doing that. And then you can click on the string, kind of like on the screen, kind of like Angry Birds. You click, drag, and then you draw your bow that way, and you choose the angle and the magnitude that way. Oh my gosh. So anyway, first thing that I need to do is be able to have my bot understand the redeems. And I just noticed that I have 2 events that are getting the redeem. The first event is the pub sub log event. No, I hit Control C. I meant to just copy. The pub sub log event. And then the second one is the on channel points redeemed. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm going to go back up to your stuff. Deflux is speaking for you. Keen Corporate Offices has a big push on PRs. Okay, not very detailed. Innocent until proven guilty. Starting to get better now though. So your brain fog is starting to lift up a little bit. I think I turned my pre-rolls off, not sure. So, I mean, you're gonna get ads one way or the other. And what I do is at the top of the stream while the countdown timer is going, I run a 3-minute ad so that it turns off pre-rolls for an hour. And then after that hour is up, you just get ads whenever Twitch gives you ads. But I only stream for 2 hours, so hopefully it's not terrible. What else? That's our project, +1 to wanting to get to code. Daniel says, gonna lurk for a bit. Going through like 5,000, okay, more like 350, but still, emails. And then Dukasoft sends you 10,000 more. And there you go. All right, so we did lose our connection. to the bot. I mean, the bot lost its connection to Twitch. Let's get going again. Otherwise, I would have seen Dukasoft's message there. This is my channel. Most of this functionality isn't there yet, but like what I intend to do is I will have certain things that will be available. There we go. Certain things that will be available to the client that happen, or the session, the browser tab that happens to be connected to this, where you can be echo chat. I can manually type chat from this thing if I wanted to. I only want to listen for reward and channel point redemptions. I want to do stuff with the camera, kind of like, and it's not going to be anywhere close. I'm probably just going to end up finding out how to incorporate his library, but Finite Singularity does all of his screen, his camera modifications and scene modification stuff. My sound, so like have a dashboard for all of my sounds so that I don't have to go into either sound alerts, find the sound, and then try to play it that way, even if it's not in my channel redemptions. Like, what is this?
Huh?
Whoa. That is loud, is what that is. Oh. Good grief. Anyway, that's one reason I don't want to do it that way. Otherwise, I could just do it like this. Okay, so now we have another channel point redemption, which first did pub sub log, and I did, well, we're going to take this one because it's a different one. So I did copy this one, and I'm going to inspect it using this amazing tool called JSON Grid. And then the second event that happens is channel points redemption event, and it happens in that order. All right, what is the difference between these? Interesting. Message is actually a stringified JSON string. So what would happen if I turned that into an object? I did just copy something. Thank you for asking me. Not pad. Regular old, plain old notepad, because my other notepad has sensitive stuff in it that I'm pretty sure I'm just going to mess up someday and show. I don't have no docs for Notepad++. Should be a thing though. We're replacing all backslash quotation marks with just quotation mark, and then getting rid of the first and last quotation mark. All right, what do you look like if you... Actually, I'm going to put you as a separate object. No docs plus plus. Okay, so redemption here might line up with redemption here. Yeah, so data is the same as the stuff that we get in the channel point redemption. So is it possible that the pub sub event fires all the time and the on channel points reward redeemed event happens only on successful channel points redeemed? The way that we can find out is by going to TwitchLib API. Pub sub and webhooks, maybe? We'll find out. Don't they have like an actual documentation on what that means? Do I have to go to the Twitch API? think I might have to go to the Twitch API. Guys, dark mode. You don't have to default to it, but at least give it as an option. Good grief. Channel point. Chat and chatbots. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the actual API itself, please. Well, this should be close enough because this is the pub sub event system. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my intuition, and even if it's wrong, it'll be okay, I think. But the pub sub event here, the onlog event in pub sub, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome in. I hope you're having a great day so far. Couldn't figure out their talk, sadly. Give up for now. It's okay. No worries. I'm pretty sure that we could it would be fun. We could set up a ChatGPT assistant that we tell it to read the dev.twitch.tv docs, and then we could query it for questions like that. For now, I'm just leaving it. I'm going to go with my intuition and say, this always happens. I'm going to assume that this only ever happens when it is specifically channel points reward redemption, and if it was successful. Maybe. You know what? I'm second guessing myself. I think this happens every time. It just filters out the pub sub to be only messages that are channel points redemptions. So we're going with that. And this seems more like an implementation approach for TwitchLib. So I would find it in the TwitchLib docs, or if they had docs. I mean, they have some readmes, but not to the degree that I'm looking for. I'm not even seeing a wiki. Yeah, I would expect to at least see a wiki or something. But that's fine. That's fine. Another dad joke? Did I miss it? What has ears but cannot hear? A field of corn. It's stuck on corn today. Must be harvesting day or something. You'll get a good one eventually. Okay, so we're going with that. Let's just continue on as if we know what we're doing. The thing that I didn't understand is after this happened, so we logged this, we know that redemption Why does a moon rock taste better than an earth rock? Because it's a little meteor. Little. Oh dear. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Because we know that this worked, deserialize to a reward redemption. What did I even call this? I forgot what I called the model. We called the model a stream redemption message. And so essentially what we're doing, I don't know, man. Why don't we just have an extension? Yeah, let's not do it this way. Let's to stream redemption message. Let's do this. Dukasoft is now lurking. I hope you enjoy your lurk. I hope that it's a fun lurk. And then I'm just going to put an extension method in here. Public static class stream redemption message. Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and do from JSON. Sure. From JSON and to JSON is what this is? Yeah. Why not? Except that I don't want to use null forgiveness operators. I would very much prefer to have you return a nullable object. Okay. Fine. Okay. So then the other thing that I would like to do is public static. What is the name of the Twitch? On channel points redeemed arcs. This is why I didn't create an extension, is because the model itself doesn't know anything about the on channel points reward redeemed args, because shared models doesn't have a reference to Twitch lib. And so since maybe this is application specific or implementation specific, this can go here. Message extensions. Then we can get you. And now we can go public static stream redemption message, not from bytes, from Twitch lib model, or sorry, to stream redemption message. All right, so channel ID, e.channel ID. Are you nullable? Is that what the issue is? Channel ID is a long. Fine, we'll make it a string. Sure. I get it. Whoa. I'm gonna accept this just because it was kind enough to do that for me. ID is a string, so are you all strings? I think maybe that's why I preferred to do it the other way. Yeah, dang it. I wanted to do it a clean way, but I'm just gonna do it the easy way instead, which is a terrible thing to say. Don't ever say that. Not out loud. No, bad. You're a bad person for doing this. JSON serializer dot deserialize, excuse me, serializer, deserialize as a stream redemption message. Yes, so harsh on myself. I'm not really. I don't really feel too bad about doing this. I mean, this is for my bot. No reason to not code properly when you're doing your own bot, but also no reason to break your back and try to make it super duper reusable. I don't know. I don't know. That's how it starts, reasoning with yourself. So true. So true. Okay, I'm still gonna do this. All right, you can definitely tell me that it's a bad thing to do. Okay, so now we need to know if U is null. And at the moment, did I make this return a nullable? Yes, I did. Good. Yeah, we're fine. It's fine. We're fine. So if redemption is null, we do nothing, otherwise we get here. Question is, do we actually get here? Console, right line, we have a redemption message to send. And if we do, then we do send message, and that can take an object. We're going to send the object to all listening clients, and this is where it gets kind of muddy. This is why I want to rewrite this part. But on message received is what we're looking for. On hub connection on hub, no, stream redemption message. Message type stream reward redeemed to string, and then redemption arrowed. And then we need a handler for this. Okay, so that's where we're at. So then TBD Gamer said, I can't complain. I chose not to use TwitchLib, wrote my bot from scratch, and I've still yet to get PubSub working. It's been 4 years. I'm so sorry. So I understand the basic concepts of how to get it to work if you're going to implement it yourself. Which is essentially that you send your authorization request using the Twitch client login. So you do a get. Did you rebuild by chance? Oh, let me actually write something out here. Why? Did I spell it wrong? I did. Don't mind my spelling. While I'm waiting for this thing to finish, Napalm said, I haven't gotten to do a ton of Signal R in my career, sadly. It's such a cool tech. I did use it on a menu system I made for my friends, Craft Brewery, that let you update the menu from the phone via Signal R Hub messages. Yeah, it's pretty easy to use. I'm not exactly sure how to translate my Signal R Hub and client to the new Blazor template. So as you can see up here, I'm going to start remaking the Blazor application. This goes up here as the .NET 8 Blazor web app template using both WASM and server. But I don't exactly know where to put my controller endpoints. I'm pretty sure it goes in here, but my controller endpoints for that three-legged handshake that I'm about to describe. Okay, so we should be back. Yeah, what this should do is, I don't know if you can see it at the bottom, the URL. They give you a URL and you use your client ID, which you get through Twitch, dev.twitch.tv or something like that. You put in your client ID, your redirect URL, and then the scope that you want to use. And for me, it's all of these things. When you go there, when you hit that, if you're already logged in, then it'll do the redirect to your listener, to the thing that you tell it to redirect to. And then when it redirects to that, you will receive that on your server. For me, it is here in OAuth controller. And I think I called it take my OAuth code. I don't remember, but anyway, this is the request or the response to your request that has the access token, access code. Gosh, not the access token yet. This is not it. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? How is this working? Anyway, on your server, what you would do with that response, what is going on, is you would then take that access code and post it along with some other information to another endpoint along with your client's secret, which you should never, ever, ever share with anyone. And then once you post that with the access code that it gives you and the state, and maybe you add a nonce code to it if you want, and then that will, and then a redirect, and that final redirect will give you the token, and then you will use that token on the client side to do all of your API requests and stuff like that. But I don't really see that happening here. This code looks unused. I don't exactly know how my bot is authenticating. Not gonna lie. I thought I knew. But anyway, yeah. So, point is, TBD, if you're still listening, that the main issue with PubSub is you have to have a way for you to use the authorization flow, authorization code flow, authentication code flow. Anyway, you know which one I mean. That specific grant type. And thank you so much for the follow, Decker TV. Welcome in. We're currently just trying to figure a couple things out about the messages that are being passed around on my bot. And speaking of, I need to get it reconnected to our chat. This is my channel. And do a redemption. And it didn't finish connecting before I did that.
We don't need to print the internet.
All right, so should have seen that one. And here we are, we did. We got a pub sub log. We got a channel points redeemed, but then we didn't get anything after that. Oh, except that it's rebuilding. Why are you rebuilding? It wasn't a command, it was a redemption. But Decker says, cheers, I'm currently digging through a contractor's old .NET 5 and bringing it current as it has been left alone, and cybersec teams are complaining. We have a bunch of runtime / code on .NET 5. Looks like you're enjoying yourself more. Yeah, I'm having fun. So that is definitely one of the main things that I do as my day job. Or I guess my moonlighting, but modernizing legacy code, bringing it up to the latest .NET versions, patching security issues. In doing so, tell me about your time doing it. Are you having fun? Do you enjoy doing this kind of thing? When I started at my previous job, the code was Java, and they told me that I needed to move it from Java to .NET. And then at the time it was .NET Framework. So I went to .NET Framework 4.7.2 using the MVC project type. And then from there, I went to .NET Core, still with MVC. And then I went from MVC to Blazor with .NET Core 3, and then kept updating it. And they are now at .NET 5. So I'm sure that they would want to go to .NET 8 also, or latest .NET, I guess. They wouldn't care which. Was that supposed to be for someone else's chat? I wish he was around to hug him and punch him for various things. I don't know if that was meant for our chat, but that's fine. Okay, why isn't this message sending? That's what we want to know. Bot. So I am not seeing sending message to clients. Oh, the contractor. Did some things really well and some things really poorly, so the punch him reasons are bringing me frustration. But I'll backseat and enjoy your coding. Cheers. Well, you are welcome to backseat. You're welcome to front seat. You're welcome to derail. But hopefully, like, keep your topics relevant to the channel. You know, we talk .NET, talk Blazor. Okay. So what is going on here? We get channel points redeemed event. So since we aren't actually hitting this, redemption is probably null here. So let's find out. This here, or are you talking to Decker? Decker is correcting, or not really correcting. Decker is updating to the latest .NET 8, someone else's .NET 5 code. Me, I am, my day job, not what we're doing on stream. My day job is working on a product, an application for a major OEM who is the current client that I'm working with. I am a consultant, application developer, blah, 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 blah. So we are making enhancements to that application, making it look better, adding features, stuff like that. And then what we're doing on stream is I am trying to get to a point where I can improve my UI UX skills through our stream project. And again, our stream project is that financial management tracking application. We finished with creating the app for the most part. So we're redesigning the UI, the UX. And in part of that, I also want to do some kind of animation type stuff, just because I think it would be fun and get better at it. So in order to learn that, I'm using that as an excuse to update the bot and add something that I've wanted to add for a while, which is this, or I've been wanting to add more things for you guys to play around with on the stream. And what I decided to add this time is this kind of archery. You know how some streams have the drop game from InstaFluff stuff. I can never remember what it's called off the top of my head. Anyway, so the drop game. Arshawn Games has his own drop game. He also has interactive battle royale. Simple Game Dev uses stream avatars, and he does battle royale using that. You can customize your avatar. So then the actual application that we have put together on the stream, since you're asking about it, is not this. I don't think I even have it open. First of all, here is the repo for it. It is open source, but you don't have to go there. I'll tell you about it. It's like, just go read about it yourself. Don't be lazy. No. Fine, man. Okay, so the story goes. In 2000 actually, let's start just before that. In 2012, I was doing my first actual .NET on a team work. And I really absolutely loved using .NET, but that's not really relevant. That's part of a different story. Let's try this story. This story is, I used to be really bad about managing my money. As a student at university, I would often use more money than I had from my bank. Often did overdrafting and all that stuff. So I wanted a way to be able to track how much money I was spending. And so what I did is, since I was very familiar with using VBA, Visual Basic for Microsoft Applications, to write macros and automation, I was very familiar with Excel and Access. I was like, I'm just going to create an Access database that I can enter in the transactions, all of my financial transactions, my payments, my deposits, and my transfers. And so I threw this thing together, started entering in information, and starting in about 2012 through 2014, sometime in there, I started logging every single one of my transactions manually. So I didn't just like have any mechanism for taking a picture of a receipt and having it automatically log. No way to connect to the financial institutions to import those financial transaction records. And I still don't plan on that. But around 2012 through 2014, I was starting into doing actual .NET development, got into doing MVC applications on .NET Framework around 2014, 2015, taught myself C#. And by taught myself, I mean I went to university for computer science. I learned C, C++, Java. Never really touched .NET, but since I was familiar with VBA, I did .NET, VB.NET for the jobs that I was doing at the time. And then I was like, you know, C# really does seem like the way to go. I'm scared of it because completely different syntax, but I'm used to Java, I'm used to C and C++, so why not? So I went to C#. Yeah, use what you know. I agree with that. So I still wanted to learn C#, so then I did. And I'm really happy that I did. There are so many language features that I absolutely love in C#. Nope. Okay. Watch. How'd you learn C#? Okay. That one's a hard question because I don't really remember. My favorite is switch expressions. Yeah, I like using switch expressions as well. One line of code, of course. It has great tooling, and Napalm is claiming it's the best tooling. I will say that, like, I don't have much more experience with Java. I haven't kept up with it, so I don't know if their tooling got any better. But I do remember that it was pretty difficult to use. So my C# learning experience was, here is an application that I created using VB.NET. It was an MVC application. It was an employment services application. And I'm like, I want to remake this in C#. So I remade that application in C# and I muddled my way through it. And then I just forced myself to keep using C# when I would have defaulted to using VB.NET. And yeah, that was my learning path. Over the next 3 years from when I decided that, I was creating as many applications as I could using C#. They weren't official applications. They weren't for anyone else. They were just stuff that I was making, following tutorials, remaking the tutorials for myself. I made a Black Desert quest lookup thing from a popular database website for Black Desert quests and stuff, since I had already made that in Access. But this whole time, I had this financial management tracker in Access with VBA. The most recent thing that I did to it was I moved the data store, the database, to SQL Server and connected my Access database to that, my Access application at that point in time to that. And I'm like, man, I'm a .NET developer. Why haven't I made this into a web application yet? And so I went from 2013 until last year to decide, hey, let's go ahead and create a version of my Access database in .NET, and let's go ahead and use Blazor. So that's where we stand. The financial management tracker is an application intended to manually track your financial accounts yourself and enter any transactions that happen to those accounts. So a payment is something where you are moving money from one of your tracked accounts to some external source. I'm calling them payee at this point. Probably going to get renamed. A deposit is an external source moving money into one of your accounts. I'm calling those external sources deposit reasons. And then transfers is moving money between two of your tracked accounts. And so we have a bunch of features in here, like the ability to see all of the transactions for a specific account just by clicking on it in your account summary, showing you your account summary with your current balance, the pending amount, and then how much total balance you have. And then the entire transaction history list, the ability to change what's in the drop-down menus or drop-down boxes, an in-app calculator, you can move it around. You can use 10 key to make it work. When it doesn't have the focus, you can still type numbers. When it does have focus, and the numbers go there, letters don't matter. Dismiss it. Yeah, so it's a pretty simple application when you think about it, but I wanted to do it in such a way while we streamed that it's more like we're developing an actual product for a client. So I tried to use best practices. I tried to create some test-driven development approaches, good solution architecture. I don't know about using an actual application architecture pattern because I didn't familiarize myself with them. I'm like, this is what makes most sense to me. It seems maintainable. So this is how we're going to structure our code. we're going to have our various ways to run the application, which are our apps, and the ways that we could run it before were Blazor server only, Blazor WebAssembly, MAUI in order to target Android, iOS, Mac, Tizen, and Windows if we wanted to do that, but also a WPF application to specifically target Windows. One UI to rule them all, so all of them use the same Blazor UI, the same backing models, and logic. So if we're running something that needs to do backend calls that is a client, then those will be done through the shared client, these services here, which will be HTTP requests. So that'll be Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, and Tizen, and Blazor WebAssembly, the client side of that. Then Blazor server and Blazor WebAssembly's server side will use the server-side implementations of those same services to do the actual database lookups, any file system stuff. Then shared are all of the models that can be used either on the client or the server. They're used everywhere. The database is its own set of projects. And the localization is its own project. Okay, so I'm going to catch up on chat because there are more questions coming in. Use what you know. How'd you learn C#? What was your path? Favorite is switch expression. C# has the best tooling, VS and writer, etc. Nothing matches in my honest opinion. Deflex says there's cool people on Twitch that stream about it. Deflex being one of them. Captain Commerce, Thindle, C# Fritz, many amazing people out there. IntelliJ is much better than Eclipse. Days for Java. I haven't used IntelliJ. The most recent thing that I've used was, it was Eclipse. I was going to say NetBeans, but I'm pretty sure it was Eclipse. It's always hilarious when I have to use Xcode. By hilarious, I mean cause pain and sadness. Hi, President Not Sure. As compared to Visual Studio. Python, I feel, is a hot mess, says Napalm. And Raran said, Python might be a mess, but I feel like it will be more widely used because it seems more LLM friendly. True. And LLM is the new coding. I'm also super noob, so WTF do I know? You know quite a bit. That's a pretty good take, in my opinion. And then Napalm said, maybe for AI LLM, but that doesn't mean it's good for all purposes. Honestly, I don't understand why it's so popular when .NET is approximately 25 times faster. I feel like it's because of data scientists. It has clarity, it does. Not just data scientists, but also the connotation that we have as a developer society, as all of the people in the development community that say Python is a relatively easy language to learn. And so people buy that. People just take that and then run with it. And then it gets propagated to everyone. And it's like, have you reassessed? Have you reassessed the other languages and how difficult or easy are they to learn compared to Python, especially for what people want to do with Python now? And to me, the answer is, there's still a lot of complexity when it comes to .NET. What application type, which of course depends on what your target audience and your application itself is going to be. You have 4 or 5 different flavors of web technologies that you could build an application from. You have different languages that you can use within all of those technologies. So what do you choose? So there's so much choice that it makes it a little bit more difficult for you to know where to get started with .NET. Python, there's one language, and then you have libraries that you import depending on what application type you're wanting to make. So I feel like the ease of understanding how Python projects might get structured is a little bit easier than I want to use .NET to create a blah application. Because then you have, where am I going to host it? Where am I going to, where does my code go? Etc. Anyway, more complex. Anyway, Decker said, that's awesome. I kind of do the same things. I just recently walked through this entire process as well with doing all my transactions for 2023 and assigning a category, subcategory. I would like to know what you use for category and subcategory, and what do you assign them to? So was it an Amazon order? Details on what I bought. So for our application, the way that we have it structured, I want to give payees categories. So like Vindy's would be fast food or whatever kind of category you want to assign to that. English store would be one of our grocery stores, I think. Same with my local grocer. Dukabot would just be a bot. The best bot ever, but and then Deflex DJ services would be services or whatever broad category. Memo is where I put in information like this was an Amazon order, or if I purchased Vindy's, then this was through Grubhub or something like that. Line items are where you could, if you wanted to get granular enough, you could do a line item for each individual thing that you bought. So this would be like if I bought from Deflex DJ services, then this thing was the, I don't know, Deflex, what kinds of things do you have? Like custom song list instead of he brings his own. And he's like, no, that's going to cost you. And then I also picked the Elite package. And for some reason, he put 1337 in parentheses. I don't get it. For the speaker setup that he brings with him. Because I want the best sound. Of course I do. We can't go with terrible sound. Ooh! And that exploded. I don't think I like the parentheses. But anyway, that's how I would do individual line items, and then there would be sales tax and shipping and all that kind of stuff as its own line item. And then once you're done with that, you choose the account that you're paying from, and then you hit submit. And then this is the add account button. Shh, I know, UI. So moving on. Raran said, why would you make so much stuff for free? I don't get it. To learn. One, I'm getting extreme value from it because I get to communicate with you guys, people that are also interested in the same technologies that I'm interested in. I am a very introverted person. It doesn't sound like I am because of the way that I'm talking with you and the desire to want to somehow connect with other people of the same mindset as me. That doesn't seem very introverted, but that doesn't matter. Different story, different topic. But that also means that like going out into the world physically is very, very stressful for me. So I could do meetups, even like meetups that are virtual only. Those give me the same kind of anxiety. So I get to choose what kind of anxiety I have and deal with the fallout because I'm choosing to be here. So anyway, so that's number one. I get to share ideas and learn new things from other people that I get to communicate with on Twitch. Number two is I believe that if I can help others see maybe some kind of pattern that they hadn't seen before, or learn some kind of approach or methodology or topic, they're going to learn it the way that I believe is the correct way, which if I'm wrong, I get to be corrected. So again, that's back to point one. I'll learn something new. If I'm right, then they get to adopt better methodology and we'll get better developers as a whole. So I'm not really doing anything. I don't know. I just want to make it available for everyone so that everyone can improve themselves if they want to. And just have another way to see things. Use my approach as a source that you might learn from. You don't have to do everything the way that I say to do it. You don't have to do anything the way that I say to do it, but it is another viewpoint maybe that you could bounce your own ideas off of. So, point is, education, freedom. Please have free education from me. More people should do this. C# Fritz does it. It's so awesome. Thindle does it. And then all the game developers that we see on Twitch. Irish John Games, Red Cabin Games, Code Red Games, Dragon Spirit Games. All of them. Solo Solipsis, who is a mixed reality developer using Unity. Sedlix. I'm not going to be able to name them all. So we have so many people on Twitch just doing this because they want to share knowledge. It's not to be hoarded. It's not to be, in my opinion, this is all my opinion, not to be used to get a leg up on someone else to say, I'm better than you. You need to stay down there. I have this skill set that's better, so I'm more marketable. I should be making money. To me, it's more like, I have this information that I want to share with you. And maybe we can discuss it. Maybe we can both get better because of it. Maybe you will come up with this amazing, incredible technology that I'll be able to use in the future. It's fantastic. Join us in following Napalm. Napalm streams too. Apparently I missed that. T-Flex is like, my boy Sedlix also. Absolutely. So then Decker said, furthermore, based off of the categories and transactions and stuff, furthermore, at least in Canada, groceries, for instance, I have been breaking down everything purchased at the store to see if any stores are upcharging particular items. So yeah, you are going on that granular of a level. So I'm glad to have you here. If you feel like sticking around, you can give us some better input on how you might use an application like this, since it sounds like you are already using one for yourself. Napalm says, all for points. I just rage against white space delimited languages. Don't mind me and my curly brace mine. Completely okay. Hello, Reg. Use Iron Python in Visual Studio. I don't know how to. I can't speak. I can't word. Sorry, I'm lurking in and out. Yes. You must apologize for that. I will certainly feel it if you are walking away from your computer and not saying anything for a while, and then you say something. ChatGPT asks it to act as an accountant and give me a list of categories based on input. Nice. I can paste them somewhere. If an item was a gift, however, it trumped the category, and then the subcategory could be the item details. I'll paste it into Google Sheet for both my Visa checkings categories I picked. Cool. That would be cool. We would definitely take any ideas and thoughts that you have. That is one of the things in our redesign that I want to improve on. You can see that right. Oh yeah, it is up here. Nope, no it isn't. Ah, right. That was implementation. So this is our implementation fig jam that will eventually load. So this fig jam is specifically for the UI. What are you doing? And then this one is for any functionality that we wanted to add. Oh my gosh. So for example, transaction categories and tags, recurring transactions, scheduling transactions, stuff like that. So those are definitely things that we want to improve in the application. Reading more in chat, Deflex says 1337 equals elite. What? You should know that as a lead coder. Tucker says, I'm with you, man. I'd rather just chill at home. I streamed my web dev learning in 2017, and chat was a big reason I got better, and I increased my income 30%. Nice. It's really hard to know what you don't know. Absolutely. So there's one thing in admitting that you don't know a thing, but another thing in finding out the things that you don't actually know before you're even asked them. So knowing what you don't know. But how are you going to do that? Because that's a paradox. Never heard the word recursion. Needed explained? Chat was the bomb. Awesome. I thought about streaming, says Napalm, and then you got a shout out. So now you're a streamer. You got an official shout out from our non-bot bot. Our best non-bot bot ever. Best mod ever. Free Code Camp was what I learned from because I grew up poor and it was free. It was for me. I use predominantly free resources. So Coursera.org, Free Code Camp, YouTube, lots and lots and lots of YouTube videos, Microsoft Learn documents. They weren't really a thing when I was learning C#. There was MSDN, which costed money, but there were also blogs and tutorials on the interwebs. What's the name of that one? Code Project? I can't remember the name of that site, but it still looks horrible, but it has a lot of really good information. Oh, no, you're a streamer now, Napalm. It's settled. You got the official shout out. Yeah. Yeah, it is called Code Project. That terribly designed website that has so many good tutorials. Yeah, this one. But it's got such good information. W3 schools, yes, absolutely. That's where I learned most of my HTML and CSS. And then Raran says, the beauty of tech capitalism is even the richest people and poor people like you and me have access to the same knowledge. Not necessarily. That's the thing that I'm trying to also influence a change in. It would be nice if you could have as quality of if we could have as quality of knowledge as the people that pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for education, formal education. And I think we do. It's just hard to get to. Like I said, Coursera, they have instructor-led courses that are free. Fuel says content over design. Yeah, exactly. I don't see any content though. Give me this link. Oh my gosh. I'm assuming the -ref doesn't belong on there or something. Anyway, I can't copy the link because things are just being weird for me. So anyway, what is that supposed to be? All software is on the backs of giants that came before us. Absolutely. And so another thing that does come up often in conversations like this are, so AI is going to take away our ability to do programming because AI is going to be so much better at it. But I still think that we're going to have so much to do even if AI gets better at programming. We're just going to have a different way to do software development. It's still going to be our ideas, our ways to make it more efficient and better, even if AI is the one generating the code. Just a short, I don't know, whatever you call it for that. In the debugging. All right. I do want these messages again real quick.
We don't need to print the internet.
Why didn't I see that? Yeah, I stopped receiving messages. What happened? Try again. EPS reports. Thank you. Thank you so much. And we didn't see it. Why are we no longer seeing? Oh my goodness. What happened?
I got a bad feeling.
Yeah, that was my next one to use. But yeah, reading logs, coordinating incidents, TPS reports. Have any of you tried using the new assistance feature in ChatGPT? Have you created any assistants? And then Decker said, Visual Studio, when I was in high school, you had to pirate it. Now there is VS Code and Visual Studio Community, so much better. Absolutely. I had a full Visual Basic 6, 7-disc with the full MSDN library given to me. Like the actual, I think I still have the CD case thingy. You guys remember you used to keep CDs, you know, back in my day. You used to have these, I don't know, they're like binders that had little slots for CDs in them. Put CDs in them. You've created your own GPT. It's basically custom instructions on steroids. Yeah, definitely. I tried using private GPT to feed it like a bunch of information from a story that my wife and I have been just writing down ideas about for the past almost 20 years, probably 15, I would say. Yeah. So I wanted to organize all of my thoughts and figure out what did we ultimately decide on this concept. And I wanted to be able to ask an agent, summarize this concept for me, tell me all the ideas we have for this other thing. Oh gosh. What's a golfer's favorite dessert? A parfait. Oh, Hugin. Hello. Thank you for that. Parfait sounds perfect. All right, let's try another sound alert. Let me just make sure I have. So I'm assuming we're gonna see this line when this thing actually picks up a sound alert. I put console write line. Oh, these are console write lines. These are console write lines, not debug write lines. Oops. 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 Okay. My bag. But it's also weird that I am getting these in my dev console. That doesn't make sense. All right. Yay? Nope, need to reconnect. Urgh. Leave. Join. Okay, got a message. Do we get a...
I got a bad feeling about this.
I'm not getting any more. Why? Why does that happen so often? I need to restart it completely. Lols. Hi. So anyway, like I said, the point that we're trying to get to is just all I need is for this redemption message to get sent through Signal R to any connected clients. That's all that I want right now. If I can't get it to work on this one, I am going to move on to the part that I think is going to be more fun, because I'm just kind of going back and forth on this and not actually getting anywhere. The part that's going to be more fun is the actual archery game. So I don't need the Signal R message to work yet. I just need the page that is going to show the... I'm going to do a stick figure for now. Control-Shift-Delete. Start over. Yes. I'm just going to do stick figures. Alt F4. And then, oh gosh, but, oh yeah. And then just have a text box on that same page that will act as the chat input. But there's still going to be one more step that I'm going to need to know before we actually do that. And so if any of you already know, what approach should I use for drawing, using Blazor, drawing on a canvas and doing animations on a canvas? Or should I even use canvas? Because if I am intuiting this correctly, what people normally do is they use a canvas, a HTML canvas, and then they use JavaScript to place objects on that canvas and to draw things on it. Do you think that there would be a way that we can do it with just C# and Blazor? C#, HTML, and CSS. Hello, Wanban. I mean, it's definitely something that I am going to research.
It's over 9,000!
Parallel lines have so much in common. Shame they'll never meet. Okay, why isn't this printing out to my console anymore? What? I'm gonna run this in debug mode. I have a feeling that not all of my debug messages are getting printed down here. Oh yay, got the column behavior working in my WPF app. That is fantastic to hear. Since we're doing puns, absolutely, they are always welcome. I started off the stream by responding to Dukasoft's initial puns with puns of my own, and they made me feel bad for even saying them out loud. I actually got a pretty good joke out of ChatGPT the other day. You know how to stay warm in any room? Huddle in the corner. It's always 90 degrees. I'm gonna have to do the entire... I hate running in debug. What even is my password for Twitch? You guys will be able to read it off my glasses, don't worry. Thank you. Sure they'll groan and cringe. Which is just what you want. Absolutely. Going to use that one next time the kids say it's cold. Just go ahead in the corner over there. It's always 90 degrees. Of course, my, I'm gonna say my INTJ nature wants to come out and say, not always. Always is close, but yeah, some corners are 130 degrees. Some corners are... Where is my authenticator app? Your browser is currently not supported. Right. We had to do this before. All that I should have to do... Oops, I think I stopped the debugging session. Is just take the app. Excuse me. You can switch scenes. Don't crash. Is take the URL and put it into one of our existing browser sessions. Hopefully it'll still do debugging breakpoints. Switch. This is my channel. An empty thread. Oh, I love this company. They end emails with the files will only be available for 48 hours. But yet the FTP still has files from 2019. But are those files available? Are they actually lying? So you can still access them from an endpoint. That's funny. You don't happen to be working for the RMA, do you? Okay, let's see. Let's see what we get. Give me an alert.
We don't need to print the internet.
There we go. Could not convert int user ID. String cannot be a number. Didn't I fix this already? And why am I not seeing this exception anywhere else? Perhaps they measure in Venus days. 1 Venus day is 236 Earth days. 243, I don't know where I got 236 from. So 48 Venus hours is 486 Earth days, provided they do split their day into 24 hours. Let's just assume they do. I don't know any Venusians, people from Venus, personally, so I can't say for sure whether they use a 24-hour clock as well. But for argument's sake, let's argue. Venusaurians, that's what I'm going to call them. One says, I have another company. They post the zip data and some PDF data. The PDF comes after the zip and only stays on the server for 48 hours. The day on Venus is longer than a year, which seems weird. Wait, the day on Venus is close to a year, not a full year. If I recall, Venus already rotates in the opposite direction around its axis. Oh, also. So confusing. People in data are strange. Absolutely. We already have a problem with imperial and metric. Wait until we have Earth days versus Venus days. We have Terra and solar measurements. Takes longer for a Venus day than it takes for a Venus year. Yes. Yes, now that makes sense. That's what you were saying. A day on Venus takes longer than the time it takes for it to go around the sun. It's time for it to rotate once. Perceptively rotate once. Oh gosh, this is breaking my brain. This brain. So anyway, why am I even converting this to a different model? You know what? We're going to do this. Because I am struggling so much with this, we are just going to send... But man, I really do want my own model for this. So we're going to update this model such that the channel ID... Actually, which one were you angry at? Oh, I don't remember. User ID. Okay, what do you say now? This sounds fun. Where are we? UTC seems a little bit Earth focused for being named Universal. Truth. Also, if I recall correctly, Relatively says we can't agree on a universal time frame. True. Especially with differing gravitational factors at play. Okay, you there. Let's get reconnected. And the cool thing is when I connect over there, because signal R, I also show that I'm connected here. Signal R is the best. Need a channel here. And you can even see it echoing. Echo, echo, echo. And there it goes. So now this one also is connected. All right, one more try.
We don't need to print the internet.
We still got an exception. Channel ID cannot be converted to a nullable int 64. So the redemption, you know what? I thought that we took the message itself here and put it into the, oh dang it, that would have been Friday, right? Would have been Friday. Convert Jason to Steve. No, not that one. Instantly parse JSON. QuickType.io sounds right. Okay, so yes, I'm pretty sure we did. No, and JSON Grid just crashed. Oh dear. I'm not going to get to the new page, am I? Watch. JSON serializer, serialize, View, copy, react, paste. Yeah, so I pasted it into here and it gave me these models and that's what we used, but that is definitely not what we're getting. And it's because it's got a custom parser to go from string to number. All right, fine. So the models that we just used from that need some love. Isn't there a built-in number parser? JSON, what is it called? System.json.text number. What is it called? Converter? Custom converter? Well, I don't want custom converter. I want something that is built in to go from string to number. C# attribute. Yeah, maybe not. I think I do have to write a custom converter for that. So yeah, we'll just keep them as strings. So anything that's a nullable long, for example, will be a string instead. All right, and we're just gonna do this until it works. And we'll watch it happen this time. Try. If debug. This is how science works. It's so true. How are we even sure we're looking at the ground to say what it's doing to rotate? Oh geez, how did I miss the extra conversation? Careful, you might get burned at the stake. Earth is the center of the universe, obviously. But I don't know what I'm talking if I talk about physics. It is one of my favorite subjects that I don't know enough about to actually have credible conversation for, but I do like talking about it. I'm typically not the type of person that really likes to hear people talk about things that they don't really know, because that comes across as here is the actual answer, and it's like, not quite. Can you cite your sources? Blah 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 blah. A bunch of other stuff that my brain is just like, no. And it rubs me wrong, so I don't want to do it myself. Wait, isn't there a debug.error? No, okay. But can we write exception as a message to the debug? We are just going to run this using this here. And hopefully we'll get some console messages. What I think I might need is to add a global message or a method that's like log, and that'll do both console and debug. I know that there's a way to configure it so that when you do debug.writeLine, it also does write to console. Come on, I wanted to get to the fun part. Let's just get this to work, eh? Okay, connect. Connect to chat. Sure you can. Sure I can. What? Talk about the things that I don't really know enough about, like metaphysics, quantum physics. Concepts of what is the real me that calls myself me and you. Are we the same conscious agent, but an individual conscious agent? Or we all join together to make a higher conscious agent? And all right.
I got a bad feeling about this.
JSON value. So channel ID still can be converted to int64. I thought that I just changed it that. I could have sworn I just changed that. Reward. Here's reward redeemed. Here's redemption. Here's reward. Channel ID. Yeah, I definitely know nothing about crypto, and I'm actually not that interested in talking about crypto. It's weird. Like, it should be something that I want to get into, And the reason is because I want to do mixed reality stuff, and it sounds like the way the real metaverse, whatever the actual implementation of the metaverse is going to be and whatever we call it in the future, is going to be based a lot on crypto and all of the concepts surrounding it. Oh, it wasn't a string before Juan Bun. I did have to change it. Okay. Back to connect. If you're not using it to buy drugs or scam someone, you're doing it wrong, says Juan Bun. Crypto is the Wild West, waiting for everything to settle. It's in a strange place for me personally. Yeah, and for me, it's like I don't really care about the multiverse or the metaverse, whatever you want to call it. Not the multiverse, the metaverse. The thing that I care about is specifically a technology surrounding augmented reality and mixed reality. I prefer augmented reality over virtual reality, but yeah.
We don't need to print the internet.
All right, what do we got? Reward cost couldn't be converted to a string. Can you show me what the actual flippin' object is, please? And it's obviously doing console write line. Did you actually hot reload or you just messing? You joshing me? Let's go. All right, good. Yes. So we definitely need all of our debug.write lines to be console.write lines when I just said they need to be the opposite. That's so weird. And I wonder if that's what's happening over here too in my client, where I have a bunch of debug write lines and I need console write lines. I mean, I have that, and that's the thing. So like I took the object itself and I fed it into that tool that I don't know if you saw earlier. This one here. And then I pasted it, and then it created the data structure for me. And it used GUID and it used long, but the reason that it used that was because it used a JSON converter for all of them. And I don't want a JSON converter, I just want a straight object. Wait, when did I Control C? I don't remember Control C. When VS starts answering back, you are in trouble. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. Like the thing that I really wanted to see for the longest time, and we're getting really close, is you have a conversation with your AI agent, like verbal or written or whatever. And during that conversation, an app is being created and you're just kind of reviewing the output of the app, not necessarily the code. So in a sense, you're still dictating to it. It's kind of like writing a novel where you're writing the book, but you didn't make the paper, you didn't create the actual imagination behind the reader and all that stuff. You got all that for free. I don't know, that was a terrible analogy. I don't know if I showed you that one recently. I'm pretty sure I went to it on Friday, but for ChatGPT, I told it to respond to me Let's do this. I'm gonna create a new chat. Okay. ChatGPT. I said, when you respond to me, be a little snarky. Unless I'm asking something technical. So what kind of gifts should I get my mother, elderly? I'm sorry, Mom, I love you. For her birthday. The eternal quest for the perfect gift. Navigating the treacherous waters of parental gifting, especially for an elderly mother, is no small feat, but fear not! Here are some ideas that should strike the right chord. And then it gives me actual stuff, but in a sarcastic-ish, kind of snarky way. I love it. I love it so much. Hello, Disco. I tried to have it be a little bit more berating, but it was like, that's against our policy. I'm like, but if I asked you to tell me how to take a gun apart, you would tell me? What? Moving on. We're connected. We got all the stuff. Give me the this. This is loud and annoying. Sorry. It's the one that I just happened to pick. Okay. And this time it looks like it couldn't be parsed. Cost, because I didn't even update cost yet. Cost can be converted to a string. So what does cost actually look like? I'm gonna do double for now, but where is cost? Did I close JSON Grid? I really should have just created this model on my own from scratch. Cost looks like a long. No decimal in cost. We don't need to rebuild. We should just be able to do another redeem.
We don't need to print the internet.
Still no. Ah, it didn't hot reload. No, I'm running out of time. So let me talk through what we're gonna do in the next stream. In the next stream, we're gonna create a page in our UI here, this one, and that page is going to be the archery game that we will have as a stream redeem. Our goal for it will be to display a stick figure for now, or some kind of placeholder character on the right side of the screen, and then a target somewhere on the left side of the screen, and then write logic for determining an angle where 0 would be straight, positive up to positive 90 would be going up, and the negative would be going down to negative 90. So your input, your first input would be a degree, which is somewhere between 90 and negative 90. And then a magnitude, which will cap at, I don't know, 500, where 0 would be, it would still travel a little. So it would need to be greater than 0. So we'll say 1 to 100. Yeah, we'll do it in percent. And that way, maybe it'll give you a better chance, but then we'll introduce wind. So that's what we're gonna do. But for now, we need to get the redeem. BitBaby is live. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. I would not have seen it because I am already lurking on 4 streams. Let me get to lurking on BitBaby. BitBaby. so that when we raid over, we can hear them. Not that we want to hear them because Baby Shark is currently playing. Thank you. All right, connect with Twitch. Oh my gosh, just do it. Do you? Add. Come on. Done. You. Got a bad feeling. No, shush. Shush, you phone.
Bad feeling about this.
Time is not done. Okay, here we go. Here's the message. I could have sworn that they were like built-in things that could convert from string to primitives. So is enabled is where? It's right here. Wait a minute. This is what it's parsing, and is enabled is being parsed as a bool. So that's bool and stuff. Did you see what I did there? Error at line your mom. Yeah, look at this. Channel ID is a number. No, it's a string. Okay, that's fine. Reward is enabled is a Boolean. So am I looking at the right path? Reward redeemed, redemption reward max use per stream. Oh, max per stream. Is enabled. Here it is again. Is enabled is a Boolean. Wait, max per user per stream. Again. Oh, why would they do that? What? Why would they do that? Max per user per stream is enabled is a string. And then global cooldown is enabled is a string. And we're just gonna set it nullable. I don't care. We aren't really using these properties, so it'll be fine. This is gonna be the last run through. This is gonna fix it all. We're gonna have a stream redemption message that we'll capture and be able to process. We'll see a message in chat. No, I don't think I have it doing a message to chat saying, all right, I'll handle your request. But we'll see it in the console. And then, so that you are all prepared for it, we will raid BitGamey, who is on his starting soon screen, but that's fine. You're welcome to stick with us when we raid. BitGamey, if you don't know him, is one of the most fantastic human beings I have ever met. And, you know, by met, I mean talked with on the interwebs. I don't know him in person, but he is an amazing person. I love hanging out with him, love being on his channel, and just being there and supporting him. He's a good guy. All right, here we go. This one's gonna work. We have a redemption to send, and we sent it to the client, and the client, well, I don't know if the client did anything with it, but we did have a message to send. It made it all the way to the client. And where's our Twitch client? Redemption on client. Okay, so we didn't actually see this yet. And we'll just have to figure out Oh. Wait, is this not mine? This is Signal R. Interesting. Anyway, I need to figure out what's going on as far as sending the message. So what we need to do is invoke. Yeah, I need to figure out how I'm doing this anywhere else. But anyway, I think we are right at the cusp of it. All we need to do now is see that message show up on the client over here. And in fact, it might have shown up in, yes, it showed up in the actual console for the Wasm application. So we did receive it on the client, and that means that we can now do something with it on the client. So that's what we're gonna do on Wednesday. Feel free to join us again when we come back. It'll be 10:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Mountain Standard Time is what I said, which is about 2 hours and a half ago. Yeah, look, there's, oh, you can't see it. There's Napalm's Yay. It just showed up. But yes, I will be posting a copy of this video, the recording of this video, to YouTube no sooner than 24 hours after I end the stream. And yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday. I don't know what else to say. Bit Gamey is who we are rating. There it is. If you see him and haven't followed him already and you're joining us, please give him a follow. He's such a great guy. He's worthy of your follow. He will not let you down. He's got a great stream, content, feel, everything. So we're gonna head over there. He's got really cool filters and stuff. That'd be fun. So anyway, that's it for me for now. I'll be around on Discord. I'll be around on many people's Twitch streams, just lurking. Back to work for me though. So ciao for now. Enjoy. Thank you, Disco. Thank you for being here. All right. The lion is not from a zoo. Meow. And stuff. Okay, here's some music.